Welcome back to another Watch Me Wholesale show. The way this works is I'm going to randomly choose a market, then I'm going to find a distressed property, I'm going to crunch the numbers and analyze the deal, and then call and make an offer. All of that and more coming up.
This video is brought to you by Flipster, the nation's #1 real estate software, with tools for finding, funding, and flipping houses. Check it out now at getflipster.com.
If you're new here, I'm Jerry Norton. I went from dead broke to millionaire flipping houses. And after doing 1,000 deals, I created this channel to help you master the art of wholesaling and flipping real estate so you can live your dream life. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to get notified when new videos are released. Okay, I've got the picker wheel up right now. I'm gonna go ahead and click the spin button and we're gonna choose a market. And the winner is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Let's go find a deal. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go to Zillow right now, and under Zillow I put in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and you can see here it's showing me the greater Albuquerque market. All these red dots on Zillow are listings, they're active properties for sale. So what I wanna do here is I wanna go over to my home tab, and let's just go ahead and look at just homes. We're gonna get rid of everything else. And then I'm gonna go to the More tab, and I'm gonna go down here to my keywords and use Fixer Upper. So I'm gonna put into the keyword Fixer Upper, which means it's gonna only show properties that have that keyword. Now I only found a couple of them, but sometimes that's all it takes. So there's one here for 195, there's one here for 155. Let's click on this one. Okay, so this one here on 1927 Lake Drive, look at this thing. It looks like an original owner type thing, original carpet, old original kitchen. I mean, clearly needs a rehab, but looks like a good solid house. Nothing super scary going on here. The write-up says clean, solid, livable fixer-upper. Reasonable offers considered, that's good. Never been a rental. Backyard access. Roof about 6 years old, that's good. Hardwood under carpet, that's great. Good sized bedrooms, 1 bathroom. All right, and then Lawrence Fernandez is the agent. So guys, let's go after this one, 1,572 feet. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna go to my deal analyzer. Now, I'll give this deal analyzer to you for free, link in the description, you can download this, but this is a digital calculator that's gonna allow us to put our numbers in. I'm gonna do it using this and not manually like I've done in previous episodes. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my square footage in. My square footage on our deal is 1572. So 1572, and we'll put that in as our square footage. And looking at this property, where'd it go? Let's go back to our property. Looking at just these pictures we have here, this is not a heavy rehab. We'll pull these floors up. This is basically a carpet paint. We'll take a look at some comps, but we might get away with just doing like painting this kitchen. But if I go in and I do new kitchen, new counters, new flooring, carpet paint on a house like this, it's going to be about $25,000 in rehab. So let's just go plug that in for now, $25,000. So I'm going to put $25,000 in my rehab, 1,572 square feet. Now let's look at some comps and see if we can get our head around what the comps would look like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this tab. There we go. I'm going to duplicate it. So I got 2 tabs. On the second tab, I'm going to X out of my property, and there's our market, right? We're right there. And I'm going to change these filters now, and I'm going to say, okay, I still want to just look at houses. I'm going to remove this boundary because it's a really weird boundary. So I'm going to say remove boundary. Let's zoom in a bit. So we're right here. That's our property. So remember, we're right in here. And I kind of want to see what's going on around this neighborhood here. So then I'm going to go click 6 months. Oh, and make sure I remove Fixer Upper out of my filter. It carried that over. Okay, so it got these little dots here. Now my dots show me nothing because New Mexico is a non-disclosure state, which means they're not required at all by law to report the sold data, the sale price data. New Mexico is one of the 12 or 13 non-disclosure states. In fact, we have a video where we talk about non-disclosure. If you haven't seen that, we'll put the link in the description below. But it's really important you understand how to comp properties in a non-disclosure state. What I'm going to show you though is a really quick workaround here. So I'm going to look around here. We got this house at 1,800 feet. This is not really our house, although this is nice. This is a rehab here. This baby got $285, but look, it's a 2-car garage on the front. It's a newer home. That's not really our house. What is this one here? We don't know. There's no pictures. I'm just going to start clicking around on these and see what I can find out. This is kind of a nice house, but again, it's not really our house. We want that house that looks, now this one is, yeah, let's look at this one. See how it's that New Mexico stucco flat roof style. That's us. So if I go back to our house, look, we're kind of that flat roof style stucco New Mexico house, and that's this. And I only have one picture that tells me this is a rehab right there. That is our kitchen. That's our Home Depot appliances. That's a super basic countertop. That's a granite and a really cheap appliance package, but someone rehabbed this house. I don't need to see anything else to know that other than the kitchen. And this is 1,000 feet. Now we're 1,500 feet. Where are we at? Yeah, we're 1,500 feet. This is 1,000 feet, but it sold for, we don't know what it sold for because it's non-disclosure, but let me show you something that I'm gonna look at that's gonna kind of give me a solid idea. Okay, look, it was listed for 150. It went pending the same day and sold like a week later. I'm gonna guarantee you this thing went for at or over list price. Why? Because it went pending the exact same day it came out and then sold like a week and a half after that. Like this thing sold super fast. So let's just assume that it got full price. But guys, look at the flipper here. The flipper bought this thing for, I'm gonna guess 75. Why? Came out for sale for 74.9 and went pending same day, closed a week later. So let's just say this thing sold for cash to a flipper who came in and probably spent 25, 20, 25, who knows what it looked like before, and they're all in for 100 and sold it for 150. This is our buyer, by the way. If we get our deal, this is our buyer because they're flipping in that neighborhood. Now, if I do the math though, let me go back to my deal analyzer. Let's say that I plug these exact numbers in, 1,000 square feet, and they sold it for 150. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, what did they get? A foot. They got 150 bucks a foot. So 1,000 square feet at 150 bucks a foot got you 150 on a sale price. Ignore the rest of this, 150 a foot. So let's put our house in at 1,500 square feet at 150 a foot, puts us at 225. But I mean, there's no way we're getting 225 for our house. I think realistically, this thing would probably sell for 175 because it's just not like those nicer ones hitting the 200s. 175, maybe 180. I don't know exactly. I'm guessing a little bit because I don't have good comps because it's non-disclosure. But let's just say I go 175. That puts me at 117 a foot on 1,500 feet. And let's say I spend 25,000 on a rehab following a 75% formula, which is what other flippers pay. And I want to make 15,000 on a wholesale. That means I need to buy this thing for 91.6. Guys, it's listed for 155. There's no way I think a seller is going to take 91, but you don't know what's going on here. And what's the point of this whole series? It's to find leads, analyze them, call, make offers. I always make the offer. If I've gotten this far, might as well pick up the phone and make the offer. I don't care that I need to be at 91 and they're asking 155. As soon as you care, then you're going to not make the call. You're going to not ever get deals. I'm going to call and do it. I don't know. I believe that I can get deals if I do this enough times. So this is just one more deal. I'm that much closer to a deal is the way I look at this. So I'm going to call up this agent right now based on this information. I'm going to try my hardest to gather more information. Maybe there's information I can find out that's going to help me readjust and see if I can put a deal together still. And let's see what happens. So I'm going to call up right here. It says, going back to our lead, it says Lawrence Fernandez, and it's got a number right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna say, Lawrence, I'm interested in making a cash offer on your property on Lake Drive. Call me. And then hopefully he picks up the phone and calls me and we can work this offer. Let's see what happens. Hello, this is Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, this is Jerry Fernandez. I'm sorry, I didn't realize I turned off my phone right after you texted because I wasn't letting me reply to your text. I turned it off and I forgot to turn it back on. So
okay. Yeah, no worries. Thank you for calling. And you go by Larry?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, so Larry, I'm looking at your listing on 1927 Lake Drive.
Yes, sir.
And I'm an investor, thinking about this deal as a flip. And I see you've had it out for sale for about 39 days. Can you tell me what's going on? How come it's not selling?
Yeah, pretty much. And I need to disclose to you right away. It's my wife's mom's house.
Okay.
She died in a nursing home back in November, and there's a bunch of brothers and sisters there. So I've been trying to encourage them to just do some minor work. I'm sure we could get an offer, and we are supposed to meet this evening and talk about it.
I see.
I don't know if you previewed it or not. There was a couple of investors that said they were interested, but they were just going off what they saw on the internet. They hadn't previewed it yet, you know. And then when it came down to it, they changed their minds. So,
gotcha.
Have you actually previewed it, or are you just?
No, I haven't seen it either, but I don't usually ever see any of my flips until I get, a contract in place and I just need a day or two, just because I kind of know my numbers so well and I do it quite a bit that I'd spend way too much time because I just make so many, I make so many offers and buy so many houses, right?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I understand and all that. I would just rather not do this than until you at least investigate the area at a minimum, 'cause,
yeah, I've done some homework on it. I mean, I know I'm looking at a certain comp over there that I think is pretty good, that I'm trying to look for it right now, that if I could fix it up and sell it and hit that number, I'd be pretty excited about the deal. But I do need to be, a little under where you're at right now.
Oh, absolutely, I understand.
I mean, what do you think it'll sell for on the back end? If I come in and I update this house, fix it up, what do you think it'll sell for? Hello?
It might sell. Yeah. I was thinking about it. Yeah. It might sell for what I have it listed at now. To be honest. It's not an expensive neighborhood. I hate to predict that it'll sell for a lot or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking at one right now that's over on Simon Court. It's not that far away from there. Now, it's smaller. It's only 1,000 feet, but it was a rehab. Someone put in a brand new kitchen, new appliances, new flooring. They fixed it up, and it sold for, well, I don't know exactly, right, because it's not disclosed.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it got full price because it went pending the day it came out or over. And that, at 150. So it came out for 150 and went pending and sold a week later. So it probably went over, let's just say it went 155, 160. But that was a 3-1, 1,000 feet. Yours is a little bigger.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like yours could probably get 175, 180 if it was fixed up.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah, I think you might be overshooting just because of the neighborhood.
Okay.
But to be candid with you,
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah. So if you have a figure in mind, I could just at least discuss it with them before you put in any paperwork.
Yeah. Let's do a verbal. I mean, I am cash, like I said.
Right.
But let's just say you're right. Let's just say that 155 is the sale price, right? So bear with me here. Let's walk through it real quick.
Okay.
So it's 1,500 feet, right? 1,572. So if we have 1,572 and we're going to spend some money on it and then sell it to get 155, right?
Yeah.
And what do you think would be a budget on the rehab? 25?
Yeah, you could do it for 25 if you have a good crew. To be honest, I have to be careful. There's a lot of laws about double ending your deal, and so that's why I told you right away that it's my wife's family, and And I'll tell you what I had in mind for them, just to be able to get a little bit more. They got the dryer. Yeah, the clothes dryer is in the back bedroom, and then I'm just trying to get them to just put a dryer vent in the bathroom right above the washing machine. Then it could be a stackable unit, and it wouldn't look all weird to have the dryer in the bedroom. Just the little things. But yeah, if you're a professional, you could make it look good. I mean, it was a pretty. The rooms are good, and they're just old fashioned.
Yeah.
The hardwood that is in the living room and the kitchen and the hallway, you need to just pull that out. I'm pretty sure, But once you do that, then all the floors would be level, and you could do whatever you wanted. It looks like they put them in after they bought the house or something.
Okay. But I mean, for an investor though to come in and buy this, I mean, Larry, right? Like it's got to be quite a bit lower than list price. It's listed at rehab number.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
They look on Zillow, and it goes.
I know.
You got like the whole family, and they're your in-laws, and they're sentimental. I hated to list it a little too high, or at least have them do a little work,
Can you talk some sense into them, or are they pretty set on things?
Well, this morning they didn't want to fix anything, but they were going to have a meeting because I've been, I'm an investor myself, and I just know if they did a little bit of work, they could get an offer, but they don't even want to get the furniture out of the living room, So it's just not staged right, and there's that little awkwardness of the way the laundry room is.
That's why it's sitting for so long.
Yeah, it scares people,
Yeah, so, that's why it's sitting so long.
It's got a good roof, and it's got good bones, It's never been a rental. It's never been abused. It's just what it is, But the guy who built it was a cement mason, and that was my father-in-law. So it's all like the concrete and stuff is nice. It's sturdy. It's built right, And then
I wonder if you just came in and did like a really quick like carpet paint, some new sticky tile down in the kitchen or whatever. Just facelifted it, fixed that little dryer issue and some other stuff. Spend maybe 15 on it, not 20, not new cabinets and all that. Just paint the cabinets. I do that a lot.
Yeah, no, you would shoot. Did you look at the pictures or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be a nice kitchen. It's a big kitchen.
Yeah.
It could be nice. I don't know. Just shoot me a figure, and I'll see if they'll go for it, or I'm not going to pressure them to go for it, but they're open, because
I would need to be at still, for this to even make any sense at all, I would need to be at 90.
Okay, yeah, so now they won't do that. I know that.
Because think about it, if I spend 90, or if I buy it for 90, let's just say I put 15, 20 into it, now I'm into it for 110.
Yeah.
By the time I pay commissions, closing fees, there's another 15 or whatever. You want to make something to do all that.
Yeah.
You want to make a little profit, and you sell it for 155.
Yeah. Let me just run some comps too. I don't want to sound too negative. It's just that they want to move because they don't like the neighborhood. It's like somebody put a double wide next door to them, and
okay.
Yeah, and then
I was originally thinking that I could get 175. Now, if that's not realistic, because at 175 now I'm that's quite a big difference.
Yeah.
But
like the reason that the brothers stayed there is because they keep on breaking into the vacant property next door.
Oh yeah,
it's just not attracting people with money.
Right. Yeah, homeowners. You want a homeowner coming in there.
Yeah, it's the right house. It's just in the wrong. The street is not on an upswing or anything, you know.
Yeah. Well, can you call up and just say, hey, you know what? You guys need to get real here. I got a cash offer here for 90. You know, like even if they say no, Larry, it's going to help you get a price reduction or at least talk some sense into the family.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll keep your. I'll let you know what happens. We're supposed to have a sit down, so you know I don't go that low, but you know I'll see what they say.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yep. Talk to you soon. Bye. Okay, guys. So I originally went into this deal thinking that we could get a 175 ARV, which put us down. What were we thinking here? We could put us down at around 100 on the buy. Then after talking to the agent, he's like, no, it's listed at ARV and it needs a rehab. But I'm looking at some of the things going on out there, and it's at a price point where you gotta be really careful about over rehabbing. And that's something that I've seen quite a bit of, even in my own flips. You don't need to go in there and do so much sometimes. Like this thing really could be paint those cabinets, throw on some really simple linoleum floors, paint it, get the crap out of there, put it back up, and all of a sudden you just did a 10K, 15K flip, and it was super easy, super fast, and you made some money on that thing. Even still though, like if the guy's right, and let's say that it's a 155 is the real ARV on this thing, and I spend 15 on a rehab, and I want to wholesale this, let's just say I want to make a quick 10 on a wholesale, I got to be at 91.7 to then wholesale it for 101, 102 to a flipper who's going to do what I just wanted to do, which was spend 15, sell it for 155. Even then, they don't make very much. You make 15, 20 grand on something like that. So, not the most lucrative deal, but there's a lot of flippers doing deals like that. I'll guarantee you, my buyer would be the guy right here who did this flip on Simon. I mean, he did really well. He bought it for $74.9. Look at this. He bought it for $74.9 and sold it for $150. So there's flippers, and it can be done and make some money, but I would definitely want to wholesale this deal and make a quick 10. That's it right there. So guys, again, if you want to get this deal analyzer that I just showed you, I'll give you this deal analyzer for free. I've got a free download for that. You can use it just like I did. It's really cool. It's a digital calculator. You plug in the numbers, you can play with things, manipulate things, and get to the numbers you want to see for your analyzing. I'll put the link in the description below to download that for free. But really, guys, what I want to talk to you about is Flipster. Flipster is my all-inclusive platform. It allows you to not only find deals, but organize and streamline and automate all of the steps of flipping houses. All kinds of tools that you need to run the business, from your deal analyzer, your digital contracts, a CRM to manage properties, even rehabbing and funding tools, everything wholesaling and flipping related. If you're serious about this business, you owe it to yourself to check it out. Just go to getflipster.com to learn more and see it in action. And guys, if you found this helpful, if this was good to see another Watch Me Wholesale show, leave a comment and say, Jerry, you are a flipping genius. Keep up the shows. And we'll keep putting out episodes. And guys, if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe. This is the #1 channel on YouTube for all things wholesaling and flipping, and we'll see you on the next video.